All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this information session with Semester at Sea. My name is Jeff Nelson. I'm an Education Abroad Specialist here in the Office of International Affairs. And I'm joined today by Maddie Sweeney from Semester at Sea, who will be talking about the program, how you can get involved and learn more about what it is like to spend a semester on a cruise ship traveling the world. So I'll let Maddie take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, so as Jeff said, my name is Maddie. I work for Semester at Sea as a regional director. So I oversee all enrollment and admissions in the Midwest. So that includes Ohio State. So I would be your primary point of contact as a student thinking about going on Semester at Sea. So today I am just going to walk us through a little overview PowerPoint, give you a little bit more information about Semester at Sea. Let's see here. I'm just going to share my screen so we can look at that together. Okay, awesome. Let's see here. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, this is the Semester at Sea information session. I am a alum of the program. I sailed as a student in the on the fall 2017 voyage. So it was a honestly life-changing experience, and we are super excited that you're interested. So we will hop into it here. All right, so Semester at Sea, kind of in a nutshell, is going to be a semester-long study abroad program. It's going to take you to about 10 to 12 countries over the course of the semester. While on Semester at Sea, you will be stopping in these countries for about 4 to 6 days. During that time, you are free to get off the ship and explore and really immerse yourself in the culture of that place. And then when you are at sea, sailing from place to place, that's when you're going to be in your classes. So we will talk about that here in a second. Okay, so our most recent voyage that we have upcoming is going to be our fall 2021 voyage. As of right now, this is the route that you could take. You know, given the world we're living in, this could very well change. We have a team working around the clock to make sure that these places are going to be safe for you to enter, ensuring your health and safety, and you know, all those important things. So as of right now, this is what our fall 2021 voyage is looking like. And then we have our spring 2022 voyage. So you can see they're both a bit similar. Spring 2022 is making a stop in Brazil, which is awesome. And in both voyages, you would be visiting 4 continents. So you get a really diverse idea of what, you know, different cultures that this world has to offer, and for cultures that you can explore and really immerse yourself in for those up to 6 days. So, okay, our campus. So this is probably the most unique part of our program. Our campus is going to be a cruise ship. So this, our ship, the World Odyssey, is equipped with essentially anything that you would find on your home campus. So traditional classrooms, dining halls, a library, you know, theater, student union, a gym, you know, pool deck, and that sort of thing. So you can see right here, this is an example of a classroom that we have on board. Classes are pretty traditional. So you're going to be in a class with about 30 other students, but that number really differs. So on my voyage, I took a 400 level course in tourism, and our class had 9 students. So it was very hands-on learning. We had a really great connection with our professor, and it was a great experience. So you definitely have some smaller class sizes. And it's really up to your professor with how they want to conduct that. So, you know, maybe you're doing more lecture style, maybe more discussion based, that sort of thing. So, yeah, we have some more pictures here of our ship. can see the pool deck, another classroom. This is an example of a cabin type. Another cabin. This is our library right here. It's located right in the center of the ship, so it's really easily accessible. We have our campus store, dining hall, our sports court. So this is actually going to be above deck 9. So this is the highest point on the ship. And it's a fully encased sports court where you can play basketball, volleyball, soccer. We even have intramural sports that run throughout the voyage. So it's pretty fun. Then we have our snack bar in the bottom left. All right, our SAS community. So every voyage is going to be composed of about 550 to 575 students, and they are going to come from primarily the US, but really all over the world. We have about 250 universities that are represented on every voyage, along with 60 faculty and staff. So you'll have about 30 professors on board and then 30 staff members. And they can bring their families along. So you might have a little 5-year-old running around, throughout your voyage. So it's a really fun community. Then we have our lifelong learners. They are going to be our adult group of voyagers, above 35 group of voyagers. I believe the oldest lifelong learner on my voyage was 80. So you can have a very wide age range on semester at sea. It's not going to be only college students. So that really adds to the richness of the community. And then we have our 200 international crew members. So they are going to come from all over the world. They really bring a lot of life and vibrancy to the ship. All right, and we have our academic portion. So on every voyage, we're going to offer about 70 courses. They are going to be covering across majors. So you can be any major and do semester at sea. Our most popular majors are going to be our, business majors, communications majors, liberal arts, that sort of thing. But, if you're a STEM major, maybe you're doing engineering, you can absolutely do semester at sea. We would just recommend, of course, and for anybody, speaking with your academic advisor beforehand, but also, maybe if you're in that STEM category, you save up a few electives to do on board. That is always a good option. So these courses are going to really range in levels. So about 2/3 will be upper division courses, 1/3 will be lower division courses. It is most popular for juniors or students in their junior year to do semester at sea. But you can be a freshman, you can be a senior. So I was a senior when I sailed, and it was great. It was an awesome experience. So all courses are going to be transferred through Colorado State University, since they are our academic partner. So that is something good to note when you're speaking with your academic advisor. Okay, so now we have our program structure. So you will be taking at least 4 courses while on semester at sea. And one of these courses is going to be global studies. So global studies is going to be our universal course for all voyagers. Everybody has to take that class. It's going to assess the, history, culture, politics, kind of give you a real nice overview of every country that you are entering. So it's a great course that you really get to see what you're learning in the classroom, when you go into these countries. And then you would sign up for 3 additional courses. All these courses will be 3 credits. So you will have to be enrolled in at least 12 credits while on board. And then you do have the option to add a 5th class if you would like to stay on track. If you have to take 15 credits that semester, you are more than welcome to do that as well with approval from your academic advisor. So courses meet on an AB day schedule, and you will have class essentially every day that you're at sea. So it could be Saturday and you could be in class, But if you come into a country and you're there Monday through Friday, you're not going to have class during that time. So we work on a more of an on-off schedule rather than a Monday through Friday, traditional schedule. So yeah. Let's see here. Yep, here's just a little bit more about our global studies course. Required for all students. It's going to be a upper division course. And we are actually in the process of kind of revising this class. So I am not sure we're going to have those small group post-port reflection sessions anymore, but we are definitely brainstorming ideas of how we can get you involved in a smaller group, in a constructive way after you come back from a country. So. All right, and then a big part of all of our courses is the field class. So this is essentially going to be a field trip that you take with your professor in class for one day over the course of the voyage. So for example, I took the intercultural communications course on my voyage. Our field class was day one in China. So we actually went to a local university and we're partnered up with a student there. This student actually took us through Shanghai. Yeah, that's where we were. Through Shanghai, we went to a couple museums, she took me to her classrooms on campus. We talked about just her day-to-day life in Shanghai, and then as well as what it's like to be a student in China. So it was an awesome experience. And that's essentially how, that's just one example of a field class on Semester at Sea. I had a friend, she was in an oceanography course, and their field class was they were snorkeling in Hawaii. So it's, it's pretty cool. And there is a lot of variety there. So I definitely think that is one of the best components, obviously, of taking a course on Semester at Sea, or just when you're studying abroad in general, is that in-country experience and how it applies to to what you're studying in class. So yeah, this is just a little bit more information here on the course or the field classes and kind of what they entail. So, all right. Let's see here, we have our in-port experience. So this is going to be your in-country travel component. So when you are in country, your days are either going to be comprised of, you'll have a field class, which we just touched on. You can sign up for a Semester at Sea field program, which are going to be coordinated by Semester at Sea. It's essentially like a big, group tour with other Semester at Seers and in a local guide. Or you can do independent travel. So that is going to be fully organized by you. Maybe you love rock climbing and you want to go do a certain climb, when you're in Vietnam, then you are more than welcome to do that. So yeah, a lot of flexibility. We like to treat you like adults on Semester at Sea, and as long as you can make it back to the ship by on ship time, you are really free to explore that country in the way that you'd like to. So, okay, these are some examples of our field programs. Field programs are going to really range in offerings. So from a half-day program, maybe you go and do the steel drum workshop in Trinidad, or an overnight program. This camel trek in Morocco, that I believe that program is 3 nights, where you're camping in the desert. It's a really awesome experience. And then we have our homestays, where we actually will partner you with a local family. They've been vetted by our tour operators, by our program, and you do get a really great glimpse at what day-to-day life looks like in these countries. So. All right, now we have our ship life. This is really I think the secret sauce of Semester at Sea is this on-ship experience. You get a really unique, tight community that forms on your voyage. You're at sea for for half of the semester, you don't have great internet, you are kind of forced to put the phone down and create those connections that are going to last a lifetime. So at the beginning of every voyage, we always do a club rush, where students get together and someone says, I want to start a photography club, and then anybody can join. We've got our sports court, fitness and gym equipment. Like I said earlier, anything that you could find on a campus, you will be able to find on Semester at Sea. All right. And then we have some really unique community programs. So we have our Neptune Day, which is when you cross the equator, which is super fun and just like wild experience. Then we have Sea Olympics, which kind of similar to like your dorms and your dorm floors. You will be broken up into Cs on Semester at Sea. And then you all compete against each other one day on the voyage. We have our alumni ball, which is going to be at the end of the voyage. We screen movies almost every night in our theater. Taco night is the most, in my opinion, like looked forward to dinner on the voyage. The food gets a little bland at times, so taco night really spices things up. And then we have stargazing nights, which is where we actually turn off all of the lights on the ship, and you get to go out on the top deck and see the most amazing, stars and shooting stars, and it's just such a great community bonding experience. All right, then we got fee and financial aid, which I'm sure everybody has questions about. So yeah, you can see our upcoming voyage fees here. I know when I found out about Semester at Sea, that was definitely one of my biggest questions. And then I saw the price and was like, oh my God, how am I going to afford this? So you are not alone if you're having that same thought. What I would encourage you to do is don't get scared away by the price. This actually ended up being my most affordable semester of college. I applied for every Semester at Sea scholarship that I qualified for, and received a very generous aid package from them, as well as had a really open line of communication with my home campus, and figuring out what aid transferred, what didn't, and being able to kind of create a budget in that way. So what we always encourage students to do is to apply first. Oh, shoot. To apply for our program first. Once you get accepted, you would place your deposit. That's going to be $1,000. And that $1,000 is fully refundable. So you can then go through our scholarship process. You get your aid package. And if it doesn't fit in your budget, it wasn't exactly what you were hoping for, reach out, talk to our office. And then if ultimately you decide that Semester at Sea is not going to be the best fit for you, then you can withdraw from the program and you would receive that $1,000 back. So that's a really good option. So you can see, exactly how much the program would cost you before, you're having to pay that ultimate price. So, all right, funding options. So this, I always like to, push our Semester at Sea scholarships. We have a really generous alumni network and donor network that they, can donate money just for scholarships for future voyagers every single semester. So those are some really, really great options. We have our student assistant grant as well. This is going to be similar to like a student work position on your home campus. So when I did Semester at Sea, I received the communications student assistant grant. So I have a pretty extensive background in photography, and was able to take and create a lot of the photos and video that we produced on our voyage. So those student assistant grants are going to be $4,000 that will be applied directly to your program fees. So it's definitely a very generous grant. Then, we encourage you to to look at outside funding, maybe scholarships from your home campus, independent scholarships, sponsorships, as well as like federal aid and that sort of thing. And then we have our Pell Grant Match program. So if you do qualify for a Pell Grant, then we will actually match that. So if you're receiving a $3,000 Pell Grant, then that will apply toward the program, and then we're going to give you another $3,000 to pair and partner with your program fees. So yeah, and then we have our payment plan. It's a really great option to kind of space out the payments for your voyage rather than having to pay in one large sum. So a lot of options. All right, and then as you can see here, 60% of our voyagers receive some form of financial aid. So that's why I always encourage students just apply for as many scholarships as you qualify for. I mean, if you apply, chances are going to get something. So, you know, and also just keeping in mind that not all voyagers apply for financial aid. So your chances are pretty high of getting some funds to help fund your voyage. All right, and we have our admission requirements. These can be found on our website. So that is going to be a great resource for anything semester at sea. As an OSU student, if you're watching this right now, you're probably going to be sailing as a traditional undergrad. This is a very easy process. You just have to complete our application on our through our website. And submit a unofficial transcript that demonstrates a 2.5 GPA or higher. You do have to be enrolled full-time at your university, and then you can complete an optional essay. So I believe the prompt is, you know, why do you want to sail on semester at sea, and what country are you looking forward to most? Something to that regard. And that is completely optional. We're never going to look at your application differently if you decided not to complete the essay. And then if and when you are admitted, we're going to ask for you to complete a disciplinary clearance form as your voyage approaches. So we just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up with your home campus. And this will be a lot closer to the time of embarkation, so we can get an accurate read on kind of your disciplinary history at OSU. All right, so then we have this video here at the end. I don't believe it's gonna work, so I will pass it along to Jeff, and he can post it along with this session. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me an email. My email is just my first initial, M, Sweeney, at isevoyages.org. So I will be your primary point of contact with Semester at Sea. Any question at all, ranging from the application to scholarship funding options to, you know, ship life. Don't hesitate. Feel free to reach out, and we would love to hear from you. So yeah, I think that is about it.
Thank you very much, Maddie, for sharing about Semester at Sea. If you're an Ohio State student watching this, you know, we're excited that you have joined us today to learn about Semester at Sea and other education abroad programs here at Ohio State. So if you're interested in learning, you know, what this process looks like from the Ohio State side in terms of tuition and fees and, you know, getting your courses and making sure that those transfer back to Ohio State, you can please reach out to us. We would love to help you through that process. Rebecca McMunn is the person within Education Abroad who oversees the Semester at Sea programs. So her email is mcmunn.8@osu.edu. So please feel free to reach out to her, or if you just have general questions about education abroad, please email abroadadvisor@osu.edu, and we'd be happy to help. But please don't hesitate at all to ask either Maddie or I any questions in the future. We would be happy to help you. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.